Hello everyone. Happy 2024. This video is going up a little later because I had a lot of plans for the end of the year and then I ended up getting sick, so none of those plans happened. But hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a beginning of 2024 photocard collection flip through, and I have 7 binders here, and it's not technically too much, but I do have quite a few of these larger binders that are 2 inches, and I basically just wanted to flip through and show you what I have before I start making more changes. And you know, if you've been around for some of my other videos, you know I like to make changes pretty often, and by changes I mean potential downsizes. So I just wanted to see where I left off 2023, which was probably my second most prolific collecting year since I got back into collecting. But yeah, let's see what I have to show for you today. So I'm probably just going to be doing from largest collection to smallest collection. And so my largest collection right now is actually, surprisingly, sf9. And I also just got a new lighting setup. Not sure how it's working so far. Hopefully it's okay for you. There might be some sort of glare on the photo cards, but that's just because I have like a shiny sleeve on most of them, so hopefully that doesn't bother you too much. I'm not sure if people want me to necessarily talk about my collection as I'm flipping through. I feel like I've talked about my collection often enough, and a lot of these photo cards you have seen before. So I guess I'll just keep flipping through, and if there's something interesting for me to bring up, I'll talk about it. Luckily, in 2023, I managed to complete my entire sf9 collection to the point that I was happy. So I was collecting OT9 Sensuous, but I didn't really care for which album version I got because there's, I think, Hidden Emotion and Exploded Emotion? Something like that. Something along the lines of those names. So they had 2 photo cards per member, 1 per version, but I didn't really care about the photo card version. So I just wanted a full OT9 set, which I did. As you can see here, I do have an extra Chani from one of each version. I also completed the puzzle cards. Now these are apparently incredibly hard to complete because, because apparently yeoone and Chani are super hard to find. Like, from what I hear, FNC doesn't even produce these albums anymore, or this version in particular, so you can't even find this in stores. So a lot of people who are back collecting aren't able to find this unless they buy off of someone who had it when it was first released. I don't know why everything is flipped. I think before I wanted to do maybe like a... Oh no, that's why. Oops. Okay, if that's the case... Just kidding. I guess I was prioritizing the way that this looked in the back compared to the way it looked in the front. But this is actually really fun. So these are called the puzzle concept pictures. And as you can see here, it makes some sort of a full picture in the back. I'm sorry for the glare, but that's how it looks like. My first foray into wanting to collect OT9 was actually because I really wanted all these magnets. Like, I don't know why, I just think magnets are such a cool inclusion to have, especially because they're huge too. So that was Sensuous, which I completed. This is RPM, which is another era that I completed, and funnily enough, I don't even have the album for this, but I have, I guess I have all the members' photo cards. And then first collection, these also came with two cards per member per version. So there's the black version, which is I think black rated, and then the gold one, which is golden rated. So I basically just wanted to collect 1 photo card per member for each version, just for this really nice spread here. One of the perks about collecting a bigger group like sf9 with 9 members is that they look so good in a binder. Like, I am so happy with the way this collection turned out just because I love the way they look on a page. So sf9 to me is the exception of, oh, you know, only collect the photo cards from the albums that you like, which is mostly true. I don't think I have any older era, like any super old era photo cards, because I just wasn't around for those. But downsizing for SF9 is always an issue for me because I never know when I should downsize according to how much I like the photo card or according to my emotional attachment to the photo card, or if I should downsize according to the page itself. You know what I mean? Like, this entire page here is like a mishmash of pre-order benefits, and I'm keeping these 5 because they were from my fan side attempt, and I'm keeping this because Taeyang looks beautiful here. I love, 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 love the dark look that he has going on. So that's why I'm keeping this. But when it comes to like some other pages, as you can see, I tried my hardest to downsize my Sensuous collection, but I am left with 1 Chani. But that's just because I don't want to give up either of these photo cards. And SF9 is no longer 9 right now because yeoone left, and so now I'm even more hesitant to like downsize any more of my photo cards. Like, if I did want to downsize, I'm sure I would start getting rid of these. I think these are lucky draws up here. Yeah, I was going to get rid of those lucky draws because I only bought those to like actually support album sales and everything. But these pages look really nice, so that's my main concern, which is I like the way that my binder is set up. I like the way that everything looks, therefore I don't want to change it. Here we have the concert merch. I think one set of these was from like a t-shirt, one set of these was from a tote, and then one set of these were from like pre-order benefits, I believe. So I lined them up like this, which is, I think, counterintuitive, but you just kind of have to match the backgrounds for the most part because like their outfits don't even match up. I think that's right. I'll get back to you on that. Yeah, it should be correct if you're just going off of the backs of the photo cards as well. And then these were the photo cards that came with the VIP package, and then I bought a VIP package for my mom and I, which is why I kind of have like an extra half set. I think I did end up selling one of the extra sets here. And then here we have my puzzle collection. Okay, so puzzle has been an entire year ago now. SF9 just came out with their new comeback, Bibera, and I haven't purchased the album yet. I am okay with the album. I'm very happy with it. I think it's a great follow-up, but it's not something that I feel like I should spend my money on. So I have been feeling kind of weird with collecting, and it's less about SF9 and more just about collecting and consumerism as a whole. But I'm not too interested. One, I'm not really too interested in going for a fan sign. So I did tell myself that I was only going to collect OT whatever for a group if I was going for their fan sign, which makes sense because I would be having a lot of their extra cards left over, and so I would be able to trade easily for the members that I'm missing. And trading is just a lot easier than selling these days, so I would just rather do that than try to sell. But the thing is that I have financial goals this year. It is January 2024. I came up with a list of things that I wanted to achieve this year, and spending money on photo cards and fan signs are just not high up on that priority list. Like, each fan sign costs maybe like $300-400 out of pocket. And that's a lot in the grand scheme, or that's not a lot in the grand scheme of like life and the year, but just coming out of one paycheck, all of that for at most a minute and a half of your life. Yeah, I'm not too into it right now, even though I was super gung-ho about fan signs like less than 2 years ago, but that's just my feeling for it. So I may not actually collect SF9's latest album. I've had a couple of friends ask me if I'm going to open group orders for it, but that's mostly because they know that I tend to discount EMS. And by discount, I mean I tend to take the burden of the cost upon myself. And I guess with my financial goals in the future, that's just not feasible anymore. So who knows? I may not actually have any collection updates for SF9, even though the album is great. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not as good as Puzzle. I don't think the title track is as good as Puzzle, but given the emotional roller coaster that Puzzle was, I think I'm just very attached to it. And if I was gonna do a fan sign, I'd probably go for Zuho again, or Dawan, or maybe Chani, but like I don't have anything to say to them for the most part, so I don't feel the need to want to spend my money on any of that stuff. So I don't know, it's like a catch-22. On one hand, I want to open a group order for my friends so they can benefit, but I also don't want me to spend my own money. But if I want to win something, then there has to be like a give and take. Otherwise, no one's going to join my group orders. So, you know, catch-22. Lots of issues in that sense. But, yeah, that's basically it for this sf9 binder. And now let me move on to my next largest collection, which is Pentagon. So it really might come as a surprise to you, but Pentagon is actually my second largest collection. That is correct. sf9 has the biggest collection, or the largest number of PCs inside my collection right now. I think sf9 beats out Pentagon by maybe 15 photocards. Hui is having a solo debut, so naturally, me being a Pentagon group order manager, I opened a lot of fan signs and pre-order benefits. I'm not even going after the fan signs myself. I have raffled off most of the opportunities, and I'm really only opening just for the sake of the cards. So I have that going for me. And fun fact, I did actually accidentally damage one of these cards down here. I don't know if you can see, but this page is damaged, and so somehow that affected my card too. I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can. Yep. Yeah, there's just a bit of damage there, so after this video, if I remember, I'm gonna swap out this page and throw it out. Like, the page is there to protect your photo cards, and now it's just straight up damaging them. When I also think about downsizing my collection, the first step I always think is, what is the largest number of cards that I can drop in one go to make my life as easy as possible? And unfortunately, that answer is sf9 and Pentagon, just because they both make up a solid 2/3 of my entire collection. So dropping them would be the most logical course of action. But I'm so emotionally attached to these photo cards that it's honestly impossible for me to think about actually downsizing them. Like, no, I wasn't around for Weath era, but I just remember how happy I was to finally complete the collection, especially with how hard I worked on looking for trades. Like, I set up, like, maybe, I think my biggest trade was maybe 5 or 6 cards in one go, which is crazy because that meant that I had a lot of extra cards on hand available to trade as well. So here I have my almost complete Homestuck collection. I haven't really been keeping up with him since he went to a separate company. I don't know if I'm going to continue collecting him for the most part. Like, I'm not too gung-ho about finding these last few cards. So as I mentioned before, I collect because I like the group and because I like the way they look on a page. So I'm wondering if it's possible for me to downsize part of this collection and organize it in a way that doesn't show that I have 3 blanks here, but I don't know. Here is my Shinwon collection. He is still very much my bias. I feel like he's definitely usurped yeoone as my bias, which is unfortunate because Shinwon is now in the military and yeoone is super active with a bunch of like concerts and fan meetings. But as you can see, I'm almost done with my Shinwon collection here. I think these 2 photo cards just came in within the last week, which I'm really happy about, and I got them for so cheap. I think I got these both total for $3.50 shipped, which is insane because these are both older era cards. That's Ceremony and Demo 1, and like fan signs didn't exist back then, so these cards are not in circulation pretty often. So I'm just missing 1 card here, which I'm not too pressed for because I'm really just happy with the fact that I managed to find everything. But yeah, back to downsizing my collection. I don't I don't know, because if I downsize any of these, like, then my pages would start to look weird. I don't want to do that, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a first world problem. There are so many things going on in the world right now that actively deserve our attention. And here I am looking at my photocards. But it's a hobby, so I guess it's justifiable to an extent. But yes, so as I mentioned, Hui is doing a solo album. I am opening a bunch of group orders for it, and I have already ordered over 200 albums for him. So, yeah. Just to talk about this collection so far, I did reorganize everything. I used to have everything according to whether or not it was like an album card or a pre-order benefit, but now I am sorting according to outfit. So these are the same outfit. I think these 5 are the same outfit, and then these 4 are the same outfit, which is why they're all together. I don't know where this outfit fits. I don't think he did any regular album cards or pre-order benefits in these, but these 4 are the same with that blue suit, and then these 3 are the same with his black turtleneck. And then these 6 are the same with his iconic pink suit that everyone loves, and then these 3 are the same, and these 3 are the only pre-order benefits that are actually lined up according to their site. But yes, so he's come back. I am collecting that. I think I've purchased a total of 6 albums myself. So luckily I did pre-order benefits. So let me just show you. I purchased 6 pre-order benefits that I'm planning on putting on a row up here. And each album comes with 2 photo cards. So that's 1 pre-order benefit, 2 photo cards, 1 pre-order benefit, 2 photo cards, 1 pre-order benefit, 2 photo cards. So that is a full page done. That's it. That is all that I'm limiting myself to. That's it. If I do any more, and I'm not even like going after the fan signs themselves, like I haven't even like applied myself for one yet, because I don't really have anything to say to him. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't think his English skills are that great either, and I don't want that to be uncomfortable for both of us. So I don't know. I think that's kind of my limit. If I do decide to go for a fan call or something, maybe I'll try for another set of photo cards, another set of like 3. But given the fact that I want to do it like a spread, like with my album cards up here, does that mean I need to get another 6 photo cards? Another 6 pre-order benefits? And if each album is $15, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So, which also does not coincide with my financial goals at all. It sucks being an adult, because like on one hand you do have all of this, if you're lucky enough, you do have a lot of disposable income, but then you also have a lot of stuff that you really do need to be saving your money for, like big ticket purchases in the future. So that's my dilemma, whether or not I actually want to go for fan calls, because I don't have anything to say. Fan calls very much stress me out. I don't think I enjoy them for the most part. I think I've only ever enjoyed like 3 fan calls, and those are all with sf9, surprisingly. And I don't even want to talk to sf9 this comeback, so it's like, is there really any value in me going for a fan call this time? I don't know. First world problems. Like, this is someone who is complaining about things just because they have a lot of time on their hands. But I'm glad I was able to buy some of those albums to support him, and I am helping. I am just doing it to mostly help my friends and other universe get their cards for hopefully a cheaper price. And if not at the very least cheaper, at least they'll have confirmation that they do have those cards on hand. Here is my complete Invite You poster, and here are just a bunch of extra pages that I intend to use one day. I do have another album, another binder for Pentagon, of which I will be grabbing now. Here is my tiny binder for Pentagon. I was gonna do one of those like TikTok challenges where I lay out all the photo cards of a certain member, and then I have their introduction in like English, like, hi, my name is Jinho, hi, my name is Hongsok, and then I was just gonna zoom out and show all the photo cards I have of that member, and then make a comment like, oh, guess who my bias is. But I only pulled out all of Maknae Lines' photo cards, so I only pulled out Kino, Yuto, and Usok's photo cards. And I did those clips, and I organized them, and I laid all of the photo cards out, and then I realized that I forgot about this binder. So that effectively killed my idea, because I realized how much time I was spending on it, and I actually don't have enough desk space over here to actually show everything off in the way that I wanted to. So that was fun. That was humbling. Made me realize I had a lot more photo cards than initially realized. But this is a nice binder, because there are only 8 members promoting this era. So I managed to fit everything into this A4, and plus I'm using the shelled album, which is also pretty cool. I was debating between whether or not I should put my Hui photo cards in here, but it doesn't make sense with the pre-order benefits I'm getting and with the album cards that it comes with. Maybe at most I'll put like the little ID photos in here, but we'll see. Yeah, as I mentioned, I could start downsizing some of these collections, but I don't want to get rid of any OTA pre-order benefit sets, because these are the ones from the fan signs that I applied for myself. Like, if I were to get rid of this set, I would get rid of Jinho, Yuto, Kino, and then maybe Hongsok, just because I don't really like their photo cards as much. And then that would mean that I'm no longer collecting my bias line, which is Hongsok, Siwon, yeoone, and Kino. So a lot of like tough situations, or things that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but in terms of me wanting to downsize, it does make the most sense for me to go after my biggest collections. This doesn't apply anymore. I think I sold most of my Make Star photo cards, but I kept that here because this is a great photo, and I don't have another copy of this album. And then here I just have my miscellaneous photo cards, which I think are beautiful, and I almost thought that this entire page was all for this outfit, and I was kind of hoping for it to correlate like that, but this one's different. And this one is just a regular album card, pre-order benefit from Y Global, which is a hard site, site to get things from, and I don't know why I don't have a sleeve for this. I will get one now. Now this is nicely sleeved, and here are my other photo cards. Yanan, because he's beautiful, and Wusok, because I had the time of my life talking to him. And then here are, I think, the ring photo cards. As you can see, I'm still wearing the ring now, so I could honestly sell these photo cards and feel okay about it, because I am getting use out of the product itself. But Siwon looks so cute. Like, I don't know why my mentality right now is very much all or nothing, but it is, and I think that's something that I potentially need to get out of. So this was my Invite You collection, my 2021 era of photo cards. And now I'll move on to my, surprisingly, my next biggest collection, which may or may not come as a surprise depending on how long you've been watching my videos. But my next biggest collection is actually NCT. I'm just gonna go through my 127 collection first, because I have less to talk about for them, but In terms of wanting to downsize, 127 will definitely be the first to go. But I haven't decided which ones I want to get rid of yet, especially because, as I mentioned before, so much of my collecting is just purely based on the visuals of the page. Like this page, I love. So this has a fire truck and a cherry bomb. And I don't know, if I think that it's possible to trade Johnny for a yeoone cherry bomb, I would try. But in terms of just collecting, I think I said before that I only want to keep Tail 127 photo cards and not collect Hechan 127 photo cards, because even though Hechan is my bias for all the NCT units, I'm just more interested in him when he's in Dream. Like, I don't pay attention to 127 schedules or 127 variety unless Tail is there, which doesn't really make sense when you actually sit down and think about it, because Hechan is my #1 bias. But I don't know, for some reason it just works out that way. So in that case, I'm thinking that maybe I should start getting rid of some of my Hechan photo cards from 127 and see if I can trade them for Dream ones. But that also just kind of seems time consuming, and people care so much about like Kinos and stuff and whether or not things are of equivalent trading value, and trading right now is just kind of tiring for me. So I don't really want to go down that route yet. Like, I'm pretty sure one of these down here is a Kino. I assume it's this one. But yeah, wanting to downsize, like maybe just keeping Tail and like 1 or 2 Johnny PCs, because Johnny is kind of hard to trade against. Like, it's kind of hard trying to trade someone else who wants a Johnny photo card for whatever member that they have. So we'll see. But either way, I don't have a lot of emotional attachment to most 127 releases just because they're not my preferred unit. And so I think I do want to focus on Dream as a whole. So let me see how many pages. So I have 7 pages of 127, so that's 63 photo cards, including Dojejong, which is the 127 subunit. I'm hoping maybe I can get rid of like 18 photo cards. Maybe 27. We'll see. I think 27 is going to be a hard ask, but like, I know for a fact that I don't want these 2 cards. And then maybe get rid of like these up here, because like I don't even know where these cards are from. Like, I bought them in a Mercari bundle, which was really cheap, which was the only reason why I wanted these for the most part. So did I actually care about the card? No, but I cared about the value that I was getting from said bundle. But here is my AO, Spillover, and Dojejong photo cards. These are fan club pre-order benefits. So I was actually having a really long conversation with my friend about this, because we don't understand how these fan club benefits work. Because if it's just a fan club, it's like, a fan club is essentially just like a collaboration from people on Twitter. If it's just a fan club, how are they able to get unreleased selfies from the members? Like, I have not been able to find the actual selfies that these photo cards were used from. So were they able to contact the members directly and get these? If that's the case, then what makes these pre-order benefits different than regular, like, lucky draws? Is it just because these are from, like, a fan club instead of the company themselves? I don't know. I guess that's just, like, a thing that I will never understand, because she and I were having a really long discussion about these, because we were like, none of this actually makes sense. But it's okay. Dojejong does not have any members I actively stan inside 127, but I am keeping them because it's a gorgeous album. I love all the music in it, and it's just, I don't know, like, the packaging is incredible, the photo book is great, the concepts are beautiful, and I love the music. Like, at the end of the day, that's what K-pop is about for me, as it should be. Well, it should be like that for me. But I started to conflate spending money on people that I like versus like collecting as a hobby. And I guess that's something that I can talk more about in the future. But as of right now, just look at this lucky draw. So shiny. I love PVC lucky draws like this. I just think, I mean, one, they cost a lot more money to produce, so I like them because I think I'm getting my money's worth. And then this is my fact check era. I said I wasn't going to collect fact check, but I lied. Yeah, so I definitely overpaid for this because I saw a K-seller and I asked my friend to proxy for me. So K-seller fees plus EMS fees plus domestic. I overpaid for this, so I'm probably going to try to get rid of this. This is the Walmart photocard from like the poster version, and then these are the Target ones. These are from their fan meeting, so I like these a lot. I did buy an extra. Maybe I should sell it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Once again, I like my 127 collection where it's at right now just because I happen to fill up every single page, aside from these two, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. And then here we have my large inclusions for both Dream and 127. I don't have a separate A4 binder for Dream, so all of these larger inclusions I just put here. So yeah, I guess I can go back and start talking about what I mean for conflating collecting with money spent / emotional investment. So I mostly collect because initially it was just supposed to be me supporting my favorite groups, and that was how I collected all the way back in 2015. So when I was collecting then, I only collected Infinite, who was my alt group then. But then as I started to get more of an income, it was mostly collecting for the sake of having a full collection. But now, as I have very staunchly moved into multi-era, I'm wondering if maybe I should just focus on collecting the albums whose musicality I like, whose concepts I like, and the photocards and music and group that I like. And unfortunately with K-pop, that's a pretty hard ask. Like, I'll be honest, I did not like ISTJ as a title track. Did not like it. It was fine to listen to, but it's like, it's not my preferred choice, and I'm never going to recommend NCT Dream to someone by recommending ISTJ. But I ended up buying like 10 copies of it just because I visually liked the concepts and because I like them as people. Was that a smart idea? Probably not, because I spent a lot of money that could have been saved by just buying bundles on Mercari afterwards. So that's kind of a thing. So now, honestly, I feel like the next step is to just no longer buy albums outright and just buy them from Mercari, especially if I'm just focusing on like photocards. And a lot of times I feel like Mercari Japan sellers do slip in an album here or there, so I might get lucky. But I guess I might talk about some of these photocards as well. I really like this Chunla photocard. I think it's so cute. I bring this out with me sometimes whenever I go to the beach or something with water, and I take pictures with it. And this is also one of my favorite photocards because he looks like he's on like an athletic track, which I think is really fun. And this is one of the first NCT photocards I have ever gotten, because I was trading with someone who wanted my sf9 cards, and this one too. As you can see, I do kind of haphazardly collect OT7 NCT Dream, even though I only have I have 2 Ranjun photocards. I haven't decided if I want to collect just Haechan and Chunla and maybe Jeno and Mark, but I don't feel like trading right now, and I am kind of happy having a diverse group. And another thing that I was thinking of is potentially moving this into an A4 binder, but as you can see, a lot of these pages just don't match up and won't fit on an A4. So these 4 here are Hello Future, and then I have another 3 here, so that's only 7 photo cards on a page that I feel like would look, or not even, it's only 6 photo cards on a page that I feel like would otherwise look good all Hello Future. You know, so the pages and the photo cards don't match up, and because I'm super into the visual aspect of collecting, I don't think it's smart yet. But I'm also not making any steps to get any full 9 pages of photo cards. And because there's only 7 members, like getting 9 pages, or getting 9 PCs of them in one page is going to be difficult regardless. And if I do move my stuff into an A4, I guess this would look nice. Like, these are all candy PCs. These are all candy, or these are like best friend ever PCs. Slash, is it candy? Looks like it's candy. But then everything before that is just gonna be a mess. Like, I have the 4 glitch mode lentils and then 2 glitch mode photocards and then 3 random beatbox photocards. Like, that's not gonna look good on a page no matter how hard I try. And because I'm not doing OT7 NCT Dream, I guess there's no incentive for me to move everything back. But here are my pre-order benefits for NCT Dream. I think this is Inter-Asia and then Soundwave. So cute. I wasn't really gonna collect Jisung. I wasn't really particularly thinking of him in any certain way. But he's so cute. I love him. And then I guess going along with my whole hesitation over adding to my collection, I'm not happy with SM. Like, Taeil's injury was awfully organized with everything that was happening around it, with all the rumors and speculation, and just the lack of support from the company. And then also throwing him into the fact check MV and then showing us his open wound, and then having him for the Be There For You album and having him for pre-order benefits but not including him in any sort of schedule otherwise. I'm just unclear with how they're approaching his injury, because they say he's on a hiatus but they pick and choose which schedules he's allowed to do. At the end of the day, they're still making money off of his merchandise and his face, so it's like, what exactly is going on with him? And then there's also Haechan's injury. So today is the 12th of January. He was supposed to go on hiatus for having severe tonsillitis, but as of today he is in, I think, Jakarta for a fan sign. What's going on? Like, I love NCT. I love NCT Dream and Taeil especially. But it's so hard following them and supporting them and being their fan when you're just constantly beefing with management and just constantly disappointed with the decisions that they're making. And it's starting to get to a point where it's like stressful for me. And K-pop is meant to be a hobby. Like, I shouldn't be so invested in their lives that I'm actively agitated. Like, I was having dinner with my friends when I saw the news that Haechan is injured, gonna be sitting out of some of the concerts and on hiatus. And my mood, like, dropped. I didn't let my friends know anything, and they still acted the same way. But, like, I was just distraught because he's, like, what, 23 years old? And he has so many health problems, and he should not be exploited like this. But I feel like as a fan, I am complicit in the exploitation of his mental health and physical health just by supporting the group. Because that just shows that I'm okay with the schedules and the workload that he takes on. And that's kind of like a hard pill for me to swallow, because I know that sometimes entertainment is just entertainment. Like, there's a lot of ethics that happen behind the scenes and a lot of things that people will not be happy about if they did hear about it. But where's the line? You know? Like, I personally don't know where the line is for myself, which makes this whole thing kind of upsetting for me, because I don't know where I stand and I don't know if there's anything that I can do. Because yeah, one can easily say, oh, you should step away from it, and I have been making steps towards stepping away from K-pop. I just, for one, I just don't have enough time on my hands recently, and 2, I'm not engaged with the content anymore, and 3, I'm just, you know, as I mentioned, constantly mad at SM. So untangling myself from K-pop has been shown to be pretty easy, and I do go through phases of collecting and being into K-pop, but this is something different. Like, this is me being actively stressed out and wanting to take a step back for my own health, not because of anything else. So, difficult situation to be in. I do actually have 3 more NCT Dream photocards coming in. I have Chunla's direct-to-consumer coming in, which I'm really excited for. And then I have, I think, Haechan and Jeno's QR versions. So this version. So it's going to be them in their Broken Melodies uniform. So that's my ramble about mostly the ethics of consumerism and exploitation within the K-pop industry, which is a hard conversation to have, and I don't even know if I'm completely comfortable with my own stance on it. It's just I don't know where I can go from here, you know what I mean? I've had talks with my K-pop friends about this, and they're like, oh, you know, everyone goes through this, but at the end of the day, they're making money, so you are contributing to their income, and I know they're all making significantly more money than I am, so I shouldn't have to worry about it, but like, Haechan's gonna die one day if he keeps going down this route, and I'm not happy with that revelation. So that was my mostly negative spiel about why I'm thinking about dropping some of my NCT collection. It's not a happy revelation, and I feel like the tone of this video just got very negative because I was talking before about, you know, completing collections and being happy with the music that my faves are releasing, and now I'm just kind of like, oh, capitalism. But it's fine. It's fine. Not really, but it's fine. Up next, we have my Golden Child collection. This is a collection that we'll be getting to Axe soon. I don't know how soon. I don't know how much we'll get to Axe. But I have been very steadily downsizing my collection for a while. Actually, I'm going to do when this is over, I'm going to do like a spread. But I have, I think, I have 63 photocards for Golden Child, which is actually the same number of NCT 127 photocards I have. But I think I want to get rid of some of these. So I have 2 full pages of Tag, and then 2 pages of Jaehyun and Juchan, and then 1 miscellaneous page of the other members, mostly. I don't know how I'm going to... Sorry, actually, let me just show you these while I keep talking. I don't know how I'm going to downsize this even more. Like, if you've watched my videos from 2022, you'll see that I've been getting a lot of Golden Child hauls in. I've been getting like pre-order benefits for $2 each, and now less than a year later I'm like, I don't want this anymore. Which is unfortunate. It's just I haven't been connecting with their music or their variety recently, and I have been preoccupied with other groups, unfortunately. So these Tag and Jaehyun, Juchan, and miscellaneous pages, I do think I want to get rid of like another 9. I don't know how, because a lot of these are actually, some of these are gifts, and I try not to give away gifts if I can avoid it, but I want to get rid of maybe like 9 or 18 of these. I don't know why, like I was so into Golden Child last year or 2 years ago, and now I'm just, it's just totally gone. Like, there are times where I can't even remember all the members of the group, and that's pretty bad. Like, I was looking at a picture of Sungyoon the other day, and I could not come up with his name for the life of me. And so I feel like at that point I should just start culling the collection. But once again, there's no market for Golden Child, so I don't know how well these will sell. And I do like the photo cards that I have, so I don't know how I'm gonna be able to get rid of them. And like, I was so into Golden Child to a point where I was even trying to collect all, how many members are there? All 10, so all 30 of these transparent film cards, and I just never got around to them because I didn't want to spend money on them because people were giving them away as freebies, and why would I spend money on that? But it's sad. Like, I did really like Golden Child. It's just for some reason, them not being promoted as well, them focusing on their solo careers, kind of had me thinking that I just wasn't as invested in them from the get-go. And, you know, you never want to feel the falling out of love emotion with one of the groups that you actively liked. And, like, I spent a lot of money on them. Not even on just collecting, but I spent a lot of money on their concerts and snapshots. And here I am just kind of like, yeah, I'm done with them. I'm closing this chapter. So I do think that 63 photo cards for one group that I don't follow anymore is a lot. I don't have the latest album. I thought it was alright. So, I don't know. Sad. And then this here is the last one. So this is just my miscellaneous group binder. And yeah, you can see it is just full of miscellaneous stuff. This is, I think, this is a Gravity freebie. Here is a CIX freebie, only one of freebie, and CIX freebie. I'll talk about only one of when I get to them. But yeah, like where I am in terms of my collecting and in terms of my investment in all my groups, it's basically how I feel about Infinite now as a fan who's been following them for almost 10 years. I care about them, but in like an out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. I'm glad to see them when they pop up and that they're doing well for themselves, because at the end of the day, I do just wish for their happiness, but I don't know their day-to-day schedules. And I feel like that's kind of the situation that's happening with Pentagon and sf9, because as they proceed in their careers, they're not going to be as focused on the group anymore, which is understandable. But I just don't have the mental capacity to follow, 9 more companies in the realm of like Pentagon, where most of them split up, and for sf9, where a lot of them start doing like solo gigs and stuff. I just mentally, I don't have that inclination to, and like I do like their individual personalities and everything, but I'm not gonna watch a solo interview because I find them boring. Like I'm there, I like watching variety shows. I like being entertained, so I think I'm just gonna, either way, I am slowly stepping back from K-pop. This isn't gonna be my last video or anything. Maybe an NCT Dream will invigorate that sort of energy from me again. But as of right now, I think I'm just a little tired, and being on vacation and being in like break mode for so long has definitely affected me. But this here is my CIX collection. I have 36 photo cards here, and I think that's like a reasonable number of cards to have for a group where I really only do like one member. I did go to 2 stops at their concert, which is crazy when you think about it, but I very much am kind of like a solo stan for CIX. I really only, like, I'm sure the other members are great, they're fine, but I really aggressively like only care about Sunghoon. So 36 photo cards is good enough for me to have and be happy with. And as I mentioned before, I like the way my pages look, so I'm not in any rush to downsize. And then for ateez, I have 2 pages, so I have 18 photo cards of them, and that's also like an okay size to have. I can't imagine downsizing anymore because I genuinely do like all these photo cards. I do listen to their music when they come out with it. It's just I only like yeoone, or I only aggressively follow their activities for him, so I'm not going to invest any more of my time or money into collecting them. I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but I feel like people should be more honest about why they drop collections and why they no longer follow up with them, and those are my reasons. And in Astro, I have 18 photo cards, also good. Maybe I should downsize my golden child to 36, cut it down to half. And then ace, they're back and they're doing things. One of my favorite pre-order benefit sets ever. And ace is in the same boat as CIX, where I really only follow June. So I do have an OT5 pre-order benefit set, but that's because the set is crazy. The set is crazy beautiful, and I'm not gonna get rid of it. Up next, we kind of have like the few groups that have filtered in and stayed. I do have more Gravity photo cards and more 17 photo cards, but those are back in the album because they took up space here, and I'm not going to downsize these anymore. And then this is my only one of collection. Oops, my Polaroid is there. Yes, my only one of collection. This is my snapshot Polaroid with 9 that I'm not showing. And here is my N Flying collection up here as well. I frequently forget what members are in N Flying and only one of, so I guess this is a good like stopping point. And then here are more of my N Flying cards, and then down there I have my snapshots that I'm not showing. Yeah. And then this is my large inclusions part of my binder. I actually haven't looked through these large inclusions in a while either. So this is going to be a learning moment for you just as much as it is for me. I love Astro albums for their large inclusions, but they haven't had a comeback in a while. And I think there are rumors about Yeoone having a solo debut. I'm not too interested in that, so I probably won't buy it. And I didn't even buy Rocky's solo album either. I don't even think I listened to it. Either way, I follow enough groups that I do kind of feel overwhelmed at times, but that's mostly my own doing. So I'm happy with the fact that I have kind of scaled back on collecting and on my time investment for everyone. But yes, that is everything. I do have to edit this video a little bit, but I'm hoping it could be up soon. And I don't know, hopefully my little negativity ramble during my NCT Dream flip through wasn't too bad. It didn't turn you off of the inner workings of my mind. But there is no ethical consumption under capitalism. Yay. I do just want to point out that this is probably my favorite page in all my collections, as well as this page. And I think in my last video I mentioned that I had these pre-order benefits coming in. As you can see, they're here now. Might sell some of these too, because I just waited for them for too long and now I'm uninterested. But yeah, I think I have around 900, below 900 photocards ending my 2023 and starting my 2024. And I guess my collection goal of this year is to stop. So that's fun. Thank you for watching. I hope that this video wasn't too much, and I hope that you achieve all of your collecting goals this year and see your faves in concert. See you next time.